On my latest trip to Rome, I only had one day, coming in from a cruise stop in Civitavecchia. I've been here a few times, but this time I figured out what actually works, where to start, how to move around, and what's totally overrated. So, if you are planning to explore Rome, even for a day, these tips might just save your time. First off, if you're coming from a cruise like I did, don't go to the Roma Termini station. It's busy, overwhelming, and just not the vibe. Instead, I took a train that dropped me off near the Vatican. Way more peaceful. The second you step out, you're already in one of the most iconic areas in the world. And honestly, starting your day at the Vatican just makes sense. It's peacefully in the morning, you can grab a coffee and casually walk around St. Peter's Basilica. I just walked, filmed a little bit, took some photos, and the views were absolutely incredible. Which brings me to something big. Don't try to see everything. You won't. Rome is massive, and trying to do it all in one day will just stress you out. Pick a route and go with the flow. Next tip, explore Rome on foot. I walked from Vatican toward Piazza Navona, and that alone was an experience. And honestly, the best things that you can do in Rome is walk. Seriously, your feet will hurt, yeah, but it's 1000% worth it. You notice the little things, laundry hanging from windows, tiny bakeries, old men yelling in beautiful Italian. The city is alive. Sometimes the best spots aren't on your map. Getting lost in the Centro Storico, highly recommended. That's how I found some of my favorite moments, like turning down in a random alley and discovering an artist painting live in Piazza Navona. Next tip, Trevi fountain. Yeah, I hit the big ones too, not gonna lie. I went to the Trevi fountain and yes, it's packed, it's always packed. You will never see it empty unless you go around 6 AM, but honestly, it's still worth it to visit and it's iconic for a reason. After that, I was craving gelato. And here is a big tip. Don't fall for the tourist traps. I found this spot near Trevi called Limone. Super simple, natural colors, and the flavor, so good. I think I paid like around €7 for one, and it was super tasty. I'm already hoping I get to try it again next time in Rome. Another thing people forget, don't sit on the Spanish steps. You're not allowed to anymore. You will literally get whistled at by a cop. But still, walk up, the view from the top near Trinità de Monti is amazing. From the top you see rooftops, domes and that golden Roman skyline. It's one of those take a breath kind of spots, especially after all the walking. From there I made my way toward the Colosseum. Walking down with the Fori Imperiali is one of my favorite things in Rome. You are literally walking through history. Ruins on both sides, broken temples, columns, and then this massive structure just appears at the end of the road. But here's the thing, the Roman Forum next to it might be even cooler. There are fewer people, more space, and you can actually imagine what ancient Rome felt like. It just hits different. Something people often miss, the drinking fountains called Nasoni. Rome has free clean water all over the city. Bring a refillable bottle and you're good to go.
Yes, definitely!
This one's important. Wear real shoes. I know it sounds basic, but I walked over 20,000 steps that day. If you show up in flip-flops, I don't know what will happen, but I'm pretty sure the next day you will be laying in bed regretting everything. And hey, if you are planning to go inside places like the Vatican or the Colosseum, book it ahead. Because line can get insane, especially around midday. Don't risk it. If you're still walking by the end of the day, which I was, treat yourself to an aperitivo. Between 5 and 8 PM, you buy a drink and they give you snacks. Sometimes even a full plate of food. Best tradition ever.
What?
Watch your stuff, especially in Rome. Keep an eye on your things. I've heard so many stories, even in my own family. My grandma once had her phone snatched right out of her hand while walking down the street. She was on the call and someone just ran up, grabbed it and disappeared. And lastly, don't stress. Don't panic if you miss something. Rome isn't about checking boxes, it's about walking, testing, sitting, getting a little lost, and just being there. So yeah, that was my day in Rome. Short, but packed with the moments. I really hope these tips help you enjoy the city the way I did. Slower, smarter, and with a little more gelato. Ciao!